Paper, pencils, markers, crayons, color pencils, glue, scissors, etc., etc. All of these things are necessary school supplies when it comes to being a teacher. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about survival. Stay tuned. I'm Colby.
And I'm Katie, and you're listening to
What Would Teachers Say? All right, boys and girls, school is now in session. Teacher survival kits. This is kind of a new term, I think, that have shown up pretty recently. The first time I saw it was actually you made me a teacher survival kit for my first year teaching.
Oh, did I?
Oh yeah, you don't remember this?
No.
Jeez Louise. I've even seen you've created some of these for like your student teachers.
Oh, I know I've done it for my student
Yeah.
teachers. I forgot that I did it for you.
Oh wow.
Oh, I forget that I'm farther along in this career than you are.
Yeah, you got about 5 or 6 years on me. But a teacher survival kit is not like school supplies.
No.
It's not, cute little pins that you keep in your desk that no other students can use.
Which that's a must.
Which that,
At
it
least
is.
for me, it is.
Well, is that on your list? I don't want to spoil anything.
No, it's not on my list.
Okay. Or like Post-it notes. It's like, I just have to have those color-coded Post-it notes or, or a planner. We're talking like not things that are used for your job. It's talking about like these almost like items that are necessary for you to just make it through the day.
Or even the week.
Or maybe even the year, depending on what it is. I don't know what's on Katie's list. I think she knows a few things that might be on my list because she purchases them from Amazon or the grocery store weekly because she knows what I need in order to survive. But today, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about teachers' survival lists. Kits. Let me read that. Teacher survival kits. Number 5. All right, we're starting off the countdown, going from 5 to 1. So, Katie, let's start it off with you. What is your number 5 most important thing that's on your teacher survival kit, or that's in your teacher survival kit?
A teacher cup.
A teacher cup? What do you mean?
Like, hello, my name is Katie, and I have a problem. I have so many Stanley cups.
Oh my gosh!
To get me through.
Every
single day.
You and every basic white girl has all these new little Stanley cups. How many? What are those? Like 40 liters? What are they?
They're 40 ounces.
40 ounces. Oh gosh, I'm a science teacher. 40
liters. 40
would be
liters.
like a freaking fire hydrant.
I have to have, and before the Stanley, it was a Yeti, whatever, to keep my water or whatever beverage I have in my cup cold. And usually it's just water because I don't drink anything other than water. But if I don't have that, like, my day goes awry. Like, if I leave it on the counter at home, I'm like, crap, I don't have
your bougie water cup.
My cup. Call it bougie if you want to, but I mean, that's one of my musts. Like, I have to have that because that helps me. I know it's stupid, but it helps me get through the water. And I choose Stanley because it's the only freaking cup that doesn't spill over in my cup holder in my car.
That's true.
And
it's got a big old handle on it, too.
It has the handle, and it doesn't spill. It just is all the things for me. So that's my number 5 is a teacher cup.
Well, I think that's pretty important, too. And you could ask any teacher. They probably have some sort of cup or bottle. Like, I have a Hydro Flask that I take with me, and I fill it up regularly. It's important to stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen.
Even though we can't go to the bathroom very often, which
exactly
kind of.
And then it doubles as an emergency pee cup.
Right? No, that's easier for you than me.
Okay, we're moving on from there. All right. So my number 5 is stretchy pants. So I used to just wear the khakis, just regular khakis, and
you still wear khakis.
I still wear khakis, but I found They're not athleisure, even though a lot of people wear these athleisure.
But they are because they come
They
from an athletic brand.
well, I don't wear the Lululemon athleisure men's pants.
You wear the brand that came before Lululemon,
I don't even know what it is. What is it called?
Zella.
Zella. Okay, so Katie found me some of these stretchy pants called Zella, and I actually get upset on Fridays because those are jean days, and I almost don't even want to wear jeans on those days and just wear my normal stretchy pants because the jeans are not as comfortable. But my khakis before I had, like, they were comfortable, but they just didn't provide the stretchiness that was necessary
Your level
for
of comfort.
my level of comfort. And it's not like I'm out teaching weight training or anything like that, but I'm up and I'm moving around. I'm sitting down, and if every now and then throughout the year, that belly, it just gets a little bit bigger just because you start hoarding some food, and you're getting into your winter bod, and you just don't have enough money to just keep buying new pants. So it's to have something that's stretchy, just to make it comfortable and make you feel good throughout the day. And
Now, and I found these because Lululemon is quite
expensive.
pricey for pants.
Yeah.
And so I found some. Now, they're not cheap by any
Yeah,
means,
they're like
but
$20 cheaper or something like that. But
they
$20 is $20.
they're quality breeches.
Yeah. Well, those are our number 5. So let's get into the next one. Number 4. So my number 4 kind of blends off of, or piggybacks off of, my number 5. And my number 4 is comfy shoes.
And you call me bougie.
Yeah, I just like being comfortable with stuff. Like, for the longest time, I used to wear like dress shoes, and I would just find that, like, my feet would be on fire. And I tried all different types of dress shoes. So then I switched over to
Go ahead and tell them.
hold on. I then switched over to athletic shoes, like the ones that, like, just tennis shoes that I would get from um like coaching or something for free, and I'd wear those. And I just found that my feet were hurting so bad, and that was because I developed plantar fasciitis, and
He got old man feet.
I got them old man feet. So what happened one year is I was just fed up with it, and for my birthday, this has been like 4 years ago.
I found this
You
the
found
running
Yeah, the
store in
store.
Athens.
So we found this store, and I tried on some shoes, and then I came across this brand of shoe called Ultra, Altra, and they make shoes that are zero drop, which means your heel and your toe are on the same plane. And then they also have a wide toe box so your foot can splay in more of a natural way.
So old
And
man
so
shoes.
old man shoes, but little did I know that they actually were really popular amongst the runners and also the backpackers or the hikers. And they're the number one backpacking shoe. Anyway, moving on. I do not wear anything other than Ultra tennis shoes to work. I mean, every now and then I'll throw them Crocs on, but that's neither here nor
Oh
there.
Lord Jesus.
But I will not wear anything other than those Ultras because they are just so comfortable. I'm on my feet the majority of the time throughout the day, and so I just have to have some comfy shoes.
And legit, he doesn't wear any other shoes. I have to push him to wear nice shoes when we go to church or when we go somewhere special because I'm tired of seeing those old man shoes.
I'll even walk around the house with my old man shoes
Yes, he will
on.
not white. I am barefoot.
Yeah.
I would rather be barefoot. I love shoes, but I would rather be barefoot. So I'm sitting over here barefoot, and he's over there like an old man with
Got
tennis
my
shoes
tennis
on.
shoes on. Like, I get home and change my shoes into my house shoes like Mr. Rogers. Like, I'm in the house with tennis shoes on, singing, "Hello, won't you be my name?" No, I
And
don't.
doing the
And
dishes
doing the dishes
and
and all
all
that
that kind of
with
stuff.
shoes
It's
on.
weird. Anyway. Okay, my number 4 are the wallflowers from Bath and Body Works, the air
Wallflower.
freshener
Oh, okay.
plug-ins. Yes, they're called wallflowers.
Okay.
Bougie air freshener.
Okay.
I can't take any other air freshener like the spray or whatever because it just makes they're just don't smell pleasant.
Yeah.
Because I teach 5th graders and they stink.
Yeah.
They're musty, they're
Oof.
nasty coming in from outside, coming in from PE or whatever sort of activity that they've had.
They
They
probably haven't figured out
reek.
deodorant yet.
Some of them have and wear too much of it,
Oh, that's another
and,
one.
like, that Axe spray, it's like
Oh,
they
yeah.
bathe in it, or it's the other end of the spectrum, and they don't bathe, and they don't have deodorant on, and they don't wash their hair, and it's just that stench is horrible.
Ugh.
So I have to have, and I always forget to bring my refills. I don't even know why I don't have it stocked up in my classroom, but it's awful, god awful. So that's one of my items for my survival kit.
Number 3.
Okay, so my number 3 is not something necessarily that you could fit inside of a kit, but it's like a necessity in my opinion to survive
Hmm.
is good teacher friends.
Oh.
Like,
Friends, how many of us have them?
so friends, not colleagues,
That's
friends.
right.
Because if you don't work with good people,
That's true.
it's a miserable environment to go into. So
Yeah.
I have some really good, solid teacher friends that, and really a solid team of individuals that
A
I can
support
go
group.
to, that are supportive, that can laugh, get my humor, even though how obnoxious it can be sometimes and inappropriate. I just know that I can rely on them for really anything.
Yeah.
So having that, I feel, is a necessity in a survival kit because it would be hard. And I've been in an environment before where it's hard, to go to work every day because you don't have individuals that you can trust, that speak truth and things like that, which, I've experienced in both workplaces that I've been in.
That's right. And whenever you go into war or to battle, you got to have that good solid core of individuals that you want in the trenches with you, who get it
Mhm.
and who understand and who got your back when the going gets tough.
Yeah, and I have, for the majority, I have that. Um, Sad to see a few of them go this
Yeah,
year. I'm really
always.
kind of butthurt about that, but that's a whole nother conversation. But very much a part of my survival kit.
Gotcha. Well, my number 3 has to do with just staying awake and having energy, and that is caffeine.
Oh,
Specifically,
let's talk about specifically what you have to
specifically,
have.
now I do not do coffee. Coffee puts me on the toilet, like, and I know it is intended to do that sometimes, but I'm talking like I smell coffee from someone else. I'm like, okay, nice talking with you. Now I need to go to the bathroom. Like it runs through me quickly. So what I have found here recently, the past couple years, is uh, it's a basic white girl drink that all the kids are doing, and I always will find that like a lot of my girl students will have some of these too, and that is Celsius. So Celsius is I don't even, it's just an energy drink, but
It's an
it's
energy
like,
drink, but it's more natural than all the other ones. Like Red
yeah,
Bull and all the other ones could basically kill you. This
yeah,
one is a little bit better because it comes from more of natural ingredients than,
right. And
the others.
and isn't its intended usage supposed to be like a metabolism booster or something like that's supposed to be involved with some sort of like working out
Yeah,
or
you're supposed to
physical
work out,
activity?
and let's be honest, I am the only one that works out of the two of us.
Yeah, I mean, I stand up and walk around while I'm teaching. That's about the extent of workout that I get throughout the day. But anyway,
He's not one to wake up at 4 a.m. like me and work out.
well, when I wake up at 4 a.m., it's usually to feed a baby. But moving on, so so Celsius, and there is a hierarchy of flavors of the Celsius, and if you tried to argue with me that some are better than others, you're just wrong. Um,
What's your top?
Well, right now it used to be Peach Vibe was like the number
Blech.
one. Yeah, and you're wrong. But I think number one right now is probably like strawberry.
Lemonade.
The strawberry lemonade is fantastic. I really like the Fuji apple pear. And listen, they make non-sparkling and sparkling
I don't know
the
why they made the
Celsius.
non-sparkling.
Listen, if you're one of those people that drink the non-sparkling
Something's wrong with
Celsius,
you.
yeah, you were one of those people who put one sock on and then put the shoe on and then put the other sock on and then the other shoe. You're one of those individuals that will put your milk in first and then
Then
put your
your
cereal.
cereal.
Like something's wrong with you. That's basically just juice. Um, so I get really strong and heated about my Celsius and
And you not only have to have one now, it used to be just one.
oh yeah,
And now we're running out of them because you take two every
I
day,
have to.
which I didn't figure out until I
Listen,
think maybe a week or so ago.
yeah, I'd kind of divulged that. Like, what's happening to all these Celsius? I'm like, baby, I've been having to hit two, and it's probably not good. Here's my one negative thing about the Celsius is that um, it gives you a really fast jolt of caffeine, and you are once you're in it, like you are along for the ride, just holding
You're
on.
jacked up.
But here's the problem: once that ride is over, you just crash like a freaking 17 car pile up on the interstate. It is terrible. And then it's like, well, might as well go ahead and pop that other one
Good
and get it
Lord,
going.
honey.
Yeah, so that's probably an issue. But I have here recently found an alternative for the morning, and that's like these little green tea, loaded green teas we've
Let's
been getting.
hold out on that one.
Oh, I feel like something's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2. All right, number 2 for me is oh wow, this is a coincidence that it's number 2 because I actually need these when I go number 2, and that is wet wipes. We're not talking like
Your favorite.
yeah, we're not talking like, baby wipes or anything. We're talking about flushable wet wipes.
You ever heard of dude wipes?
Dude wipes
Very
are
similar.
yes. So dude wipes are a non-fragrance wipe for your
Booty.
booty. For if you've wanted them for armpits and things like that, and maybe some crotch sweat, you could use them for that.
That's not what they're for. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
they're for your booty. So the toilet paper at school is basically sandpaper.
We all know this.
Yeah. Or it is super thin to where like you go to wipe and then
There's
you pull up a finger that's got a little bit of
poo on it.
poo on it. You got a little yeah, we'll just
But I do have a question for you.
yeah, what's up?
You take wet wipes to school because I purchased them for you.
Yes.
My thing is, do you leave them in the bathroom or do you take them with you?
No, so here's my routine because I know you want to know, otherwise you wouldn't have asked. If I don't trust my so I'm going to say colleagues because they are my friends, but I don't trust my friends. They might be taking my dude wipes if I leave them in the bathroom. And if I were to go to the bathroom and have to do something and then find out that I didn't have any wet wipes and I have to use
He gets mad.
yeah, I would
He
rage.
yells down the hallway when he doesn't have any wet wipes in the bathroom.
Not at school.
At home, at home you do.
Could you imagine if I yelled down the hallway to like my colleagues, be like, "Hey, get someone to watch your class. I need some wet wipes in here." Anyway,
I wouldn't be surprised.
so what I do, like I used to be kind of embarrassed about it because the dude wipe package is actually pretty large, and they do make like travel size, but there's not enough in there to make it worthwhile. Am like super unshameful, or that's not a word, but like
Not ashamed.
I'm not ashamed. That's it. I am not ashamed. I will either carry them in my hand as I'm making the walk to the bathroom, or I'll put them in my pocket, and it sounds like I'm wearing a diaper because it's
No,
like.
you used to be ashamed.
I used to be
because you told me that like you had to be incognito.
Yeah, I used to be, but now I'm like, you know what? Everyone knows that the paper, the toilet paper in the bathroom is not conducive for the wipage.
No.
And so it's
And
like
when you gotta go,
when you gotta go, and like everybody does it, everybody knows about it. So it's like at least they know I'm squeaky clean when I'm coming back. Like if I have a co-teacher in the classroom and I'm like, I gotta go, and if we're, working on some hands-on activities or something, I will just open up my drawer, take them out, put them in my pocket, and just walk out there and just like make kind of eye contact with kids and give them the old thumbs up, or like the little, shooting the little gun, the little snapping the guns to them and give them a little wink and a like,
There's
what's
no
about to
shame
happen.
in that game.
No shame at all. And I'm at a point in
It'll
life
change your
where
life. So if you haven't tried the wet wipes, I highly recommend it.
yeah, that's why it's so high on the list is my number 2 for when I go number 2.
All right, so my number 2, it was your number 3, but my number 2 is caffeine.
Caffeine.
Now, I like Celsius, and I've gotten into Alani lately, but I have an obsession with a place called Iron Horse.
Oh, yes.
This place makes loaded teas that have natural caffeine in it. So you can get any sort of things. You can get antioxidants. You can get a boost of immunity. You
Yeah.
can get a probiotic, prebiotic, whatever those biotic things are.
Midbiotic, afterbiotic.
Really anything in protein. So like I have ones that like if it's in the morning, I do intermittent fasting. So I need any sort of caffeine that I can have that's less than 50 calories.
Yeah.
And their regular loaded teas are like 23 calories. So I can have that in the mornings. And then if I desperately need something in the afternoons, I get one of their specialty teas.
Yeah.
And their specialty teas are way different because they actually add protein to it. So that gives me a boost of protein that I need in the afternoon. So I don't have to worry about shoveling. I was going to say something.
Shoveling meat in my mouth. I knew you were about to say that.
Meat in my mouth, or cheese or anything like that. So it gives me a boost of 17 grams of protein. So it's pretty much a sad obsession, but at the same time, I know I'm getting something that is actually got good ingredients in it.
Well, listen, it has actually become our tradition on Friday where like she will order it and then I'll swing by and pick it up because I love them as well.
Well, and actually, it's become quite more frequent.
It's
than
more
just
frequent because like,
Fridays.
it might be a Tuesday or something or
Towards the
like,
end of the school year, we're like,
I need 3 a week.
I need something.
And I like those a lot too, better than the Celsius sometimes because they do give you a little bit slower entry into the caffeine boost, and then the come down from the ride is a little bit less
Just like, what do you call
harsh.
it?
It's a
Slow release.
slow release and
Golly, we're like talking about like we're on meds or
on
something.
drugs.
On drugs.
Well,
it's a slow release.
Wait till you see what our number one is. It's probably going to be some amphetamines. No, I'm just kidding. It's not drugs at all. Before we reveal our number one most important tool for survival as teachers, we do want to read off a couple honorable mentions that came from our colleagues, either through Instagram or email, word of mouth, whatever. What was one that you saw that you thought was a good one, or just want to reveal one?
Alcohol.
At school?
Well, of course, not alcohol at school.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Who doesn't need a glass of wine?
Like I said, need.
Shot of whiskey.
Whoa, what are you getting off from?
Just kidding.
That's probably for middle school teachers.
Something, not even necessarily when you walk in the door, but there are some days that are
just having it lined up and waiting on you.
There's, there are days that are, hard that, basically I barely have any hair when I get home because
you've pulled it all out.
Driven me that crazy. So something to kind of
take the edge off.
Take you off of the ledge.
Oh,
really.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's one. I heard one of those desks that like move up and down, like a standing desk that can go from a seated position to a standing position.
Which is something you would have to purchase because
right, you would have to get it.
Yeah.
Or like a comfy chair. Or like a padded cushion in your chair, or one of those like little booty cradles that you can sit in to help with like back.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I used to have a yoga ball that I would sit on, and it actually really helped me with my back when I had some back troubles not too long ago.
Were you pregnant too? Because that's what I used when I was pregnant with both of ours.
Listen, we all have our struggles, okay? What else did you see?
Snacks of some kind, basically like chocolate.
Yeah.
Or anything that would give you an alternative to like caffeine.
So I think it is time now to reveal our number one most valuable tool in our teacher survival kit. Number one.
Okay, so my number one tool or item that would be in my survival kit would be, okay, no judgment here.
No, there's no judgment.
Please. CBD.
CBD.
Now, it has to be a specific kind of CBD, and I do the oil and I do gummies. Now, reason being is I've been in this career for a while.
Yeah.
And in certain places and areas I have high sort of anxiety and things like that, and I've had trouble sleeping.
Mm,
The only thing that has helped me and has put me in what they called REM sleep,
yeah.
like your REM cycle, like
Yep.
it's the CBD oil at night. Like that's a part of my routine. I wash my face, I put my CBD oil under my tongue, and
Let it soak in a little
then
bit.
it helps kind of easily put me to sleep. And in the mornings I take a gummy just to kind of keep me even keel all day. And it really has very much helped in terms of my survival on a daily basis, just because you need good quality sleep. And I
Yeah.
get up at 4 a.m. to work out, fingers crossed, every morning, depending on our babies getting
Yeah.
up. That's just my time to myself to kind of have some mommy me time.
Which is sleeping.
Which is
I need some me time. Like, I need to go to bed.
no, I meant like, getting up in the mornings. And if the CBD oil helps me to get that good quality sleep so that
Right.
I can get up in the mornings and have a clear head and things like that. So no judgment,
Yeah.
please.
Because then when she gets home is when she starts cooking the brownies, if you know what I mean.
Stop it.
I'm just
I
kidding.
do not.
She does not.
It's legal.
Yeah.
What I
CBD
have
is
is legal.
All right. So my number one is also a drug. And that is Goody's headache powder.
Golly.
I go through, it's probably not good.
It
There's all
is
kinds
not
of, yeah,
good.
there's a lot of side effects like ulcers in your stomach and ulcers in your mouth.
Yet
And, it'll
you
burn holes in
take,
your liver and your kidneys and stuff.
I'm
And
surprised you're still walking.
well, you can take one a day, no more than two. And sometimes I just have to have two, depending on, what's going on. Once you get to be 38, you just wake up hurting. And sometimes you just need something to make it not hurt. Now, the thing that I love about the Goody's headache powder is that it works fast because it contains caffeine in it. So that kind of ties in with my number three is some sort of caffeinated item. So what's really not good is when you
Taking
take a
them both at the
Goodies
same
and
time,
do a
which is what you
Celsius.
do.
Hey, teaching is rough and you have to survive any way that you can by any means necessary. But there will be times where I will be in class and I will just have, for whatever reason, just a splitting headache and I have to get through the rest of the day. And I can just depend on taking it out in an instant with some Goodies headache powder. And I've even given my colleagues some before, and I just know what it's like to have a terrible headache and not be able to have anything that takes care of it quickly, or having to call the nurse and getting her to bring something down to you, et cetera, et cetera.
There is an alternative to Goodies, though.
Yeah,
That
BC
works.
BC headache
No.
powder owned by the same company.
No.
What is that?
Well, it's a cocktail of medicines. And my dentist told me about this because I
Yeah.
had a lot of dental work done, and it's 3 ibuprofen and 2 Tylenol.
Yeah, you
together.
talk about killing your liver and your kidneys at the same time. But it doesn't work as fast. It's the caffeine that's inside of the Goodies that allows for your blood vessels to dilate and open up, which allows for more blood flow, which allows for that powder of acetaminophen and aspirin to get into your bloodstream quicker and faster and hit those spots that are in pain.
You didn't know you were going to get a science lesson.
Well, you know what? That's
Or
what I offered for this podcast is random bits
biology
of info.
information.
Yep. So that is it. That is our top 5 most important items found in our teacher survival kit. But we want to hear from you. What are your items? What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Maybe you have 10 items that you got to have in your survival kit, and it doesn't even have to be for teaching. Like a lot of these things are things that
Anybody
yeah, you could see in any career. Let us know. Reach out to us. You could leave a comment on YouTube, or you could DM us on Instagram. Email us at whatwould teachers say@gmail.com. We're just curious to hear from you, and we just want you to be involved in our little community that we're creating. Thank you so much for listening to the What Would Teachers Say podcast. We're excited about bringing you brand new episodes each week on Monday, so that way you can start your week off right.
And remember, be nice to the people around you. They may be teachers just trying to survive. Class dismissed.